This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for August 10th, 2022. Before I get started, guys, show us some support by sharing this video with your friends, somebody you think it'll help. We're predicting with a 98% average accuracy. People don't believe this is possible. We need to show the world that anything is possible, even predicting the stock market using tarot cards. That's right. And so with that said, show your support, my friends. I love it. I love hearing about people making money. Take some of that money and spread it back into the world and keep that on going, guys. Also, check out our Kickstarter, which is running right now. It looks like it probably finishes off tomorrow on the 11th if all goes according to plan. The final day will be on the 11th, and we'll have reached and surpassed our goal with the help of all these people that have been watching our videos. Much appreciated, my friends. And may you make lots of money from these videos and spread wealth into the world. All right, so the overall theme and behavior for the 10th is there's an important resistance level that's highlighted again. It looks like it may have been interesting. So it looks like we probably open up a little bit higher here than we closed the prior day. Behavior around the high, there's going to be a big move to the upside, a big rally. It'll stand out on a one-day chart. It marks an opportunity to open up a short position or protect against long positions. There is a notable decline through a critical, I should say, support level moving into the low, and it looks like the low actually will be lower tomorrow than today. And by that I mean on the 11th rather than the 10th. It looks like we're in a bit of a downturn, guys. And when you look at the 1 month overview, I mean, we go from crest to major month's trough. It's not the low for the month, but we go from crest to trough, and probably a lot of people are going to take a killing here, because people that follow the most reliable indicator of the stock market thus far is the moon. And I say quotes thus far because there's more reliable things. The moon is very reliable, but there are more reliable things. In any case, those people that are following that, they may really get bit in the ass this month, because it looks like it's kind of like on a reverse, or it's a resetting of its cycle or something. We've got the full moon here on the 11th. But it looks like we have a low, like the low is after the full moon, which is, it doesn't happen very often. I could see how it would happen around a Mercury retrograde, though. All right, so in the pre-market, we have 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a sharp decline off of that third poke. It'll stand out on a one-day chart. That important resistance level is highlighted there right around the open. And we have a push after that decline from the 3 pokes. There's a push to the upside, possibly in the midst of seemingly overwhelming headwinds. We move higher, possibly even breaking through resistance level. And then there's sideways rotation with a sharp dip in a period of that sideways rotation in that first half hour. Sorry, guys. There's some correlation to a bit of a move higher followed by a full retracement there. I don't know how strong that is, but then we have a month's high or a day's high correlator here between roughly 10 and 11 o'clock. And what we'll do is we'll hit a resistance level. There's a trade opportunity at that resistance level. We'll meet it when we move. There'll be a notable move to the upside to meet it. So on a one-day chart, it'll really stand out as a rally there. And then we'll break down from that with with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down, and those spikes will use moving average as resistance. We'll meet moving average as resistance. So that day's high where we break down roughly looks like is around the 10 to 11 o'clock hour. I'm advised to open up some protection, at least for a day trade here at this high at this moment. And then we see a downturn and a breakdown through multiple support levels, roughly around like 11. It starts roughly around 11 and moves into the 12 o'clock hour, where we may actually have a little bit of a reversal and a move back to the upside. A male leader of nations is highlighted there. we may have another day's high here actually. So we go from a high to a drop, and it looks like that's a quick day trade. So I go from that first high. If I was going to trade, I would open up some puts here, at the money puts, for SPY, and then I would sell them briefly thereafter after a sharp drop, midday drop. Like quick, guys, we're talking like in a matter of an hour or two. There'd be another move to the upside, it looks like, possibly to another high, but there's a trade opportunity at midday. So you can make some money on the downside from that high to a trough, then we move up again, okay? Around the 1 o'clock hour, there's some sideways erratic behavior, possibly even with a little bit of a move to the upside, but a decline commences around 1:30ish, and it becomes more pronounced and more notable between roughly 2 and 3 o'clock. An important price level highlighted again between those hours, between that 2 and 3 o'clock hour, and then it looks like we have a reversal at another day's crest or day's high here at the end of the day. It looks like it's probably a crest. There's a lot of volatility going on. Three aces here as well, guys. Matter of fact, it looks like we may very well have a bit of a high at the end of the day. Let's see. Let's get back on track here. So we go on the 10th. End of day. Yeah, so what's happening here is we have sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline. That's why it's back and forth, and there's a high and then another high. There's some troughs in the midst of that, but you can make some money here trading. The thing is that these sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend, as indicated by the Chariot card, they also in that card, innate within that card, is that this sideways fluctuations with the bullish trend precedes a decline. All right, so looks like we have a much lower low the following day, or a good opportunity the following day, a lucky opportunity in the midst of a trade here in the following day of the 11th. A lot of volatility in that last hour, and then in the right around the close, we have a move higher through a resistance level, followed by a decline back through that same price level shortly thereafter, with some sideways rotation along a support level in the post market. That's the S&P 500 for August 10th, 2022. Guys, we're using ESO meta analysis in tandem with Tarot to get these kind of accuracies. So you want to check out ESO meta analysis, go check out our Kickstarter. Much appreciated. I'll see you guys on the next one.